Welcome back to The Perspective, and we're still talking about HR and accounting challenges in the country with the CEO of Slicker Indonesia. Suwandi, how did you come about in developing the software, which you launched in 2015?
So I own a business before, and my co-founder also owned their business. And when we are like 20 or 30, we don't have the problem. Then after we have like 30 or 40 employees, we started looking for solutions.
Right.
Yeah. Myself and also later on become my co-founders, we asked around, and then we see that actually there's not much option for SME. So if you are an enterprise, then it's easy. You can.
There isn't much, or there wasn't any option at all at the time that you thought of this?
Yeah, there are some.
Okay.
Yeah, but different models. For example, there are some local software, but it is very expensive.
Yeah.
So you need to spend at least like 500 million rupiah and another 6 months to have the HR system working properly for you.
Getting it updates.
Getting it updates and so on.
Yeah.
And if you are looking at available option like international version of software, like software as a service, cloud HR, then it is not very, you cannot localize those things. So for example, we have BPJS. Overseas software, they don't have
How do you
BPJS.
integrate that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
How do you connect that?
We see that actually there's not much option for SME. So we try to figure out what can we do. Then we see that building a local cloud HR is actually a solution. Yeah. So that's how we started.
Did you come from this background? What was your previous profession for you to come about?
Okay, I'm actually a business process consultant, so I deal a lot with HR business processes. So how we handle internal or back office business process. I work like 10 years in those fields. So I see that if we can do, if we can improve HR business process, actually it helps a lot to employees and also the employers. For example, like the reimbursement, I mentioned that a lot of employees are unhappy because I have submitted my reimbursement or claim, but the company didn't pay me on time. So I see that if we can fix those issues, then it helps employers and also employee. Currently, if you are using Android or iOS, then you can just use our software. Then it can easily you ask for reimbursement, then the HR admin or the payroll admin will see the notification. We get the notification, and they can decide to approve or to decline.
Right.
So everything happens within minutes.
Yeah. So it just make the company much more efficient in terms of all the business processes. And it's interesting here when you say that most companies are spending 10 days per month handling payroll processes alone, which you feel like this 10 days can actually be channeled into something more productive instead of doing administrative and paperwork.
Yes.
This is also the reason why you want this to be made more efficient.
Exactly. So if you are in a large corporation or enterprise, so you can afford to have 2 or 3 persons to work
specifically on payroll.
And then you have hire another person just to check on the quality of the calculation and how the process go. But if you are small or medium businesses, you don't have the luxury to hire those.
When you have 2 people HR team, or even a person, even one person.
And sometimes in a small, very small business, the CEO handle the HR system by herself. So it's not easy for those companies, small and medium business, to have the time to think about development, training, how to upgrade the employees. They don't have the time because they are so busy. 10 days.
They're so tied up with that process.
Yes, exactly.
And so, so you launched the software in 2015, and you recently launched on 7 Feb. Tell us about your recent launch of HR accounting. Was it?
HR and accounting.
Slicker HR and accounting as an application, business to business application that can be used. Tell us.
So
about
we
that.
started actually in 2015, a while back, and at the time we focused on global markets. So we try to serve all markets. As long as you are small and medium business, you can use Slicker.
Right.
But we then see that actually, if we focus in Indonesia, there are a lot of local regulation, local customs, or how people usually use software that we can put more resources on that. So we start to focus on local markets in end of 2015. 2015, and then recently in 2017 we launched our HR and accounting cloud HR and cloud accounting, and in the forms of apps. So now you can use Sleeker HR and accounting from your phones, beside from using it from the desktop side.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're able to do it in different screens, not just on your phone, but your tab and then your computer as well. But this is a business-to-business model, isn't it? This is not something that an individual can use on his or her own. So you got to be connected into an ecosystem of HR. For instance, my company uses Sleeker HR and accounting, and that's how I can manage my accounting in terms of profession and also my HR issues.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a B2B software. So our users, mainly the business, and then after the business use, then the employee will use the software.
Right.
So once an employee uses the software, actually it's part of the software that the company choose to use.
Of course, of course. So for a company, for instance, a 25 or 30 staff MSME uses Sleeker. Is there a limit as to how many employees that are able to log on into that cloud, that database?
Yeah. Currently, our largest customers, they have 900 employees, and the smallest like 3 or 4 employees.
Oh, that's no longer an MSME then. If you have if you have 900.
Yeah. Well, but actually, our market is not mainly SMEs.
Okay.
As long as it's a forward-looking company.
Right.
Yeah. So you want to manage your HR using cloud HR, then and using local software, then it fits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But this is also a great opportunity for MSME to tap on this application to help them grow much faster, if anything else, or just much more efficient.
Exactly.
Right? So to support MSME, Sleeker Indonesia. So you have companies that are currently from 900 to 3 to 4 people. How do you tap on these businesses? How do you make yourself available to? For instance, if you're only to focus on MSME, like I said earlier, the number is over 57 million in the country alone. So how do you tap on that market? What's your strategy here in trying to make yourself available for them, or even seen or known by the MSME Indonesia? And not all of them are logged on to the internet infrastructure, for instance. How do you go about to do this?
Okay, so we have to select our customers first. So we are not serving everyone in every market. So we focus on forward-looking companies that we mentioned that they are looking for new solutions. They are looking for a better connected cloud solutions. That's the first. And then we are looking for a company with the employees tech savvy at the moment.
Yeah.
More tech savvy than traditional companies. Although we do have a customer that is very traditional, conventional, and sometimes they don't even have the access to internet.
Right.
Yeah. But 90% of our users, they are from tech companies or tech-based companies, forward-looking companies that's looking for a cloud HR solution.
Right.
And if they're looking for the solution and they search, let's say, in the internet, so there are not many options available, and one of them is Sleeker.
Sleeker Indonesia. It says here on your website, over 15,000 leave have been processed on Sleeker, and over 32,000 booking transaction per day. This is based on from your clients that currently are using Sleeker, correct?
Yes, exactly.
So what have been the challenges in communicating between the company that uses Sleeker and yourself? What have the feedback been since you launch it as a cloud-based or an application?
Well, we are lucky. At the time, back in 2015, 2016, there are not many options, right?
Right.
So sometimes the company just stuck with us because, okay, we are one of the 3 options, and sometimes they see that we are better in many ways, so they try us. So after the 2015 launch, we get a lot of feedbacks. Yeah. So we proud ourselves with excellent customer success team. I'm very proud of our customer success team because we stay in your applications. Every time, like every day, we receive a new feedback or new ideas from our users.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost every day there are always new ideas. For example, the recent ideas is, what if we can have a poll polling or survey system inside the system, inside software.
Okay.
So we get the idea, oh, it's actually a good idea. Then we build the requirements and then send to our dev team to build it.
So this software, it can be customized according to the need of the company. It is not a standard which that maybe 3 or 5 companies can use at the same time, but because they have different needs, is this something that you can cater down the road?
Actually, it is one software for all. So only one version. So everybody is using the same same specification, same features. But you can turn it on, turn it off. Yeah.
Okay.
So it depends on your scale. Let's say you don't want to use our payroll system, then you just don't use it. Yeah, take it off. Or maybe you have a accountant calculating your tax, but you want to use only our pay slips. Then you can use only the pay slips.
Okay.
So it depends on your needs. And the plan is everyone using the same version, same software, because previously, if you are using traditional software, then 3 companies can have 3 versions.
Right, correct.
Yeah, and then you have to hire for the maintenance, hire for the updates. We want to eliminate those kind of process.
And then suddenly your business become inefficient because you have to look after each individual businesses.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right, we'll talk more about Slicker Indonesia when we come back. Stay here, stay with us on The Perspective.